In the bustling streets of Chicago, Alex Carter strode briskly down the sidewalk, his mind preoccupied with the events of the day. A young man in his late 20s, Alex had always prided himself on being an open-minded and adventurous individual, but even he had to admit that the sight before him was something out of the ordinary. Standing just outside the DMV building, an unusual figure fidgeted nervously, clutching a small, metallic device that glowed faintly in the dim light. The being was humanoid in shape but with features that were unmistakably alien. Its skin shimmered with an iridescent hue, shifting colors like oil on water. Large, almond-shaped eyes scanned the crowd, filled with an expression that could only be described as apprehensive curiosity. It was dressed in what appeared to be a makeshift attempt at human clothing, a baggy hoodie and jeans that didn't quite fit its slender frame. Alex hesitated for a moment, then decided to approach. Curiosity and a sense of responsibility pushed him forward. "Hey there," Alex said, his tone cautious but friendly. "You look like you could use some help." The alien's head snapped toward him, and it blinked twice before responding in a voice that sounded both melodic and mechanical. "Greetings, human. I am ZYX, traveler from the Andromeda Cluster. I seek assistance with a legal process." Alex blinked, trying to process the situation. "A legal process? You mean, here? In Chicago?" ZYX nodded, its expression earnest. "Correct. I have observed your customs and determined that obtaining a license to operate your terrestrial vehicles is a necessary step in my mission." Alex stared, unsure whether to laugh or question his own sanity. "You want to get a driver's license?" "Affirmative," ZYX said, holding up the glowing device. "This translator assimilates your language and customs. However, I lack the requisite knowledge to navigate your bureaucratic systems." Against his better judgment, Alex found himself intrigued. "All right," he said, scratching his head. "I'll help you out. But you'll have to follow my lead." ZYX tilted its head in what Alex assumed was a gesture of gratitude. "Your assistance is most appreciated, human." The duo entered the DMV, an environment already notorious for its inefficiency and chaos. Alex couldn't help but notice the stares ZYX garnered from the other patrons. To the alien's credit, it seemed unfazed, its focus entirely on the task at hand. "First things first," Alex whispered as they approached the information desk. "We need to get you an application form." The clerk behind the desk barely glanced up. "Next," she said monotonously, sliding a stack of papers toward Alex. He handed one to ZYX, who examined it with intense concentration. "This documentation appears extensive," ZYX remarked. "Yeah, welcome to Earth bureaucracy," Alex said with a grin. "Here, let me help you fill it out." As they worked through the form, Alex found himself marveling at ZYX's quick comprehension of human systems. The alien absorbed information like a sponge, asking pointed questions about every field. When they reached the section on citizenship, Alex hesitated. ZYX, we're gonna have a problem here. You're not exactly a US citizen." ZYX's eyes glowed faintly as it considered the dilemma. "Does this disqualify me from obtaining the license?" Alex sighed. "Technically, yeah. But maybe we can figure something out. Let's just move on for now." The next hurdle was the vision test. ZYX's multifaceted eyes seemed to confuse the DMV employee administering the test, but the alien passed with flying colors, literally, identifying every hue on the chart with scientific precision. Alex suppressed a chuckle as the clerk, visibly perplexed, handed ZYX a passing score. "Now for the written exam," Alex said. "This is where things get tricky. You'll need to know the rules of the road." ZYX's device emitted a soft hum as it scanned the DMV manual. "I have assimilated the contents. Proceed." Alex raised an eyebrow but decided not to question it. To his astonishment, ZYX aced the exam, finishing in record time. By now, the DMV staff and patrons were openly staring, their initial suspicion giving way to fascination. "Alright, last step, the driving test," Alex said as they stepped outside. "This is where the rubber meets the road, literally." The examiner assigned to ZYX was a gruff, no-nonsense man named Carl. He eyed the alien skeptically but said nothing as they climbed into the test vehicle. Alex watched from a distance, his nerves on edge. To his surprise, ZYX's driving was impeccable, blending textbook precision with an almost uncanny ability to predict traffic patterns. When the test ended, Carl emerged from the car, his expression a mix of disbelief and reluctant admiration. "Well, I'll be damned." "Passed with flying colors." ZYX's eyes glowed brightly. "Does this mean I have successfully integrated into your vehicular system?" Alex laughed, clapping the alien on the back. "You did it, buddy. You're officially licensed to drive on Earth." As they left the DMV, Alex couldn't help but feel a strange sense of pride. He'd set out to help a stranger and ended up making an intergalactic friend. ZYX, for its part, expressed profound gratitude, promising to uphold the laws of the road and the spirit of earthly cooperation. Their adventure didn't end there, of course. Navigating the complexities of human society proved to be an ongoing challenge for ZYX, and Alex found himself acting as a guide, translator, and occasional accomplice. Together, they formed an unlikely partnership, proving that even the most alien of beings could find a place in the human world, one DMV visit at a time. As Alex and ZYX exited the DMV, a cool evening breeze swept through the streets of Chicago. The alien clutched its freshly issued license, its iridescent skin shimmering faintly under the city lights. For a brief moment, Alex thought about how surreal the day had been, but the expression of pure joy on ZYX's face made it all worth it. "Well, ZYX," Alex said with a chuckle, "you're officially part of the Chicago traffic chaos now. What's next on your intergalactic bucket list?" ZYX tilted its head, the colors on its skin shifting to a warm gold. "The license was but the first step. My mission requires further integration into your society to observe and contribute meaningfully. I believe the next logical step is employment." Alex stopped in his tracks, staring at ZYX. "Employment? You want a job?" "Correct," ZYX replied. "The acquisition of currency and the participation in your economic system appear essential for sustaining a terrestrial existence." Alex rubbed the back of his neck, stifling a laugh. "Alright, I'll bite. What kind of job are you looking for?" ZYX's translator emitted a soft whir as it considered the question. "Given my observational skills and rapid assimilation of information, I hypothesize that I could excel in the field of transportation. Perhaps, as a delivery operative?" Alex couldn't help but grin. The thought of ZYX navigating Chicago's traffic on a delivery route was both absurd and oddly fitting. "You know, that might actually work. There's a ton of app-based delivery services here. We just need to set you up with an account." ZYX's eyes glowed with excitement. "Your assistance in this matter is invaluable, human companion Alex." "Hey, no problem," Alex said, laughing. "But if you're gonna do this, you'll need a vehicle. And I think I know just the place." The next morning, Alex and ZYX stood in the parking lot of a used car dealership. Rows of well-worn cars glinted under the winter sun. The salesman, a wiry man with a slick-back haircut, eyed ZYX with a mix of skepticism and opportunism. "So, what kind of ride are you looking for?" the salesman asked, his gaze darting between Alex and the shimmering alien. "Something efficient and durable," Alex replied, cutting in before ZYX could start talking about Andromeda-grade fuel systems. "You know, for city driving." The salesman led them to a modest hybrid sedan. "This one's a great choice. Low mileage, great on gas. Perfect for, beginners." ZYX stepped forward, its hands gliding over the car's surface with a reverence Alex found both amusing and oddly endearing. This terrestrial vessel will suffice. Great, Alex said. Now let's talk payment. After an awkward negotiation involving ZYX's glowing device, which turned out to be a universal barter tool capable of converting alien minerals into Earth currency, the car was theirs. ZYX, ecstatic, insisted on driving home. The journey was smooth, though Alex couldn't shake the feeling that ZYX's predictive driving was borderline psychic. Over the next few weeks, ZYX became a local legend. Its precision and speed as a delivery driver earned it glowing reviews on every platform, with customers marveling at how their packages seemed to arrive faster than physics should allow. ZYX Express became a phenomenon, with people requesting deliveries just to catch a glimpse of the mysterious, hoodie-clad alien. Despite the growing fame, ZYX remained humble. It continued to absorb human culture, asking Alex endless questions about everything from pop music to politics. The two developed a deep camaraderie, their bond transcending the vast gulf of their origins. But one night, as they shared a meal of Chicago-style pizza, which ZYX found structurally fascinating, the alien grew uncharacteristically quiet. "What's up, buddy?" Alex asked. ZYX's iridescent skin dimmed slightly. "My mission is nearing its conclusion. Soon, I must return to my home cluster to report my findings." Alex felt a pang of sadness but forced a smile. "Well, hey, that's great. Your people will be proud of everything you've learned here." "Indeed," ZYX said softly. "But I will miss this world. And, you, Alex." For a moment, the room was silent, the weight of ZYX's words hanging in the air. Then Alex clapped the alien on the back, his grin returning. "Don't worry about it, ZYX. Earth will always be here if you want to visit. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll hitch a ride to the Andromeda Cluster." ZYX's skin brightened, shifting to a vibrant blue. "You would be most welcome among my kind, human companion Alex." When the day of ZYX's departure finally came, Alex stood on the rooftop of his apartment building, watching as the alien's shimmering craft ascended into the night sky. A part of him felt emptier than he expected, but he couldn't help but smile. As the ship disappeared into the stars, Alex pulled out his phone. He opened the delivery app and scrolled to the top review, left by a customer just the day before. "ZYX Express isn't just fast, it's out of this world." Alex laughed, tucking his phone into his pocket. He didn't need an alien best friend to remind him how extraordinary life could be. But he knew one thing for sure, Chicago would never feel quite the same without ZYX. And somewhere in the Andromeda Cluster, a shimmering alien would always carry a piece of Earth, and its most loyal human companion, with it. Months passed since ZYX's departure, but life in Chicago carried on. For Alex, the absence of his alien companion left a strange void. He often found himself glancing at the sky, wondering how ZYX was faring in its distant corner of the universe. Despite their brief time together, Alex knew the bond they'd formed was unbreakable. One crisp autumn evening, as Alex returned from work, he found a small, glowing device on his apartment doorstep. It pulsed faintly, emitting a soft hum that instantly reminded him of ZYX. Alex's heart raced as he picked it up. A familiar voice emerged from the device. "Greetings, Alex. This is ZYX." Alex grinned, the sound of his friend's melodic, mechanical voice filling him with nostalgia. "ZYX. Where are you?" The device shimmered, projecting a holographic image of ZYX in what appeared to be a vibrant, crystalline environment. The alien's iridescent colors were brighter than ever, a sign of health and happiness. "I have returned to my cluster," ZYX explained. "The data I collected from Earth has been invaluable in fostering understanding between our species. My superiors are most intrigued by your planet's complexity and potential for collaboration." Alex chuckled. "Well, Earth is nothing if not complicated. So, what now? Are you coming back?" ZYX's eyes glimmered. Not immediately. But I have been authorized to establish a communication link with you. This device will allow us to exchange messages and information across the vast distances between our worlds. Alex felt a surge of excitement. That's amazing, ZYX. I wasn't sure I'd ever hear from you again. You are a valued friend, Alex, ZYX said warmly. Your kindness and guidance have left a lasting impression on me and my people. Our connection will remain, even across the stars. Back in the Andromeda Cluster, ZYX's contributions were celebrated. The insights it provided into Earth's culture, technology, and people sparked discussions about peaceful intergalactic exchange. ZYX became an ambassador of sorts, advocating for continued observation of and cooperation with Earth. But ZYX's personal journey wasn't over. It often reflected on its time with Alex, drawing inspiration from their unlikely friendship. The alien requested permission to establish a small outpost near Earth, envisioning a future where humans and its species could collaborate more closely. Its superiors approved, though cautiously, marking the first step toward building an interstellar alliance. Years passed. The rooftop of Alex's apartment became a sacred space for stargazing. One evening, while sipping a cup of coffee and gazing at the stars, a sudden flash of light illuminated the sky. Alex squinted, his heart skipping a beat as a familiar, shimmering craft descended. He bolted to the landing spot, a park near the edge of the city. There, standing under the soft glow of the alien ship, was ZYX. Its iridescent skin glowed warmly, and its expression was unmistakably joyful. Alex, ZYX said, stepping forward. It has been too long. Alex laughed, pulling his friend into an embrace. You're back. What brings you here this time? ZYX's translator hummed. Our initial efforts at interstellar diplomacy have been fruitful. I have returned as an envoy to strengthen our bond. And, of course, to reconnect with my human companion. Over the next weeks, ZYX and Alex worked together, introducing Earth's leaders to the possibilities of intergalactic cooperation. ZYX's presence became a symbol of hope, reminding humanity that even in the vastness of the cosmos, connections could be forged between the most unlikely beings. In the years that followed, ZYX's visits to Earth became more frequent. Alex, now an unofficial liaison between humans and the Andromeda Cluster, found his life transformed in ways he could never have imagined. Together, they witnessed humanity take its first tentative steps toward the stars, guided by a friendship that had started with a simple act of kindness outside a DMV. And somewhere in the cosmos, amid the infinite expanse of stars, a shimmering alien and its human companion proved that the boundaries between worlds were meant to be crossed, and that the bonds of friendship could truly span the universe.